we have to recover as well. And recovery for us is the same concept of neuroplasticity. We have to change our reactions and our habits and the way that we cope with certain things too, and our triggers, and deal with that. We don't get to go away and do that. We don't get that time away from reality to do that. We still have to focus on our kids. We still have to have a marriage. We still have to go to work. We still have to pay bills. We still have to clean the house. We still have to do all of these things while we're doing this habit forming work.
Yeah. Incredibly freaking difficult.
Right.
Welcome back to another episode of Till the Wheels Fall Off. I'm Matt.
I'm Paige.
This is part 2B. This is a 2-part episode from our last one, which was just too big to stuff into one episode. I would love for one day for us to have like these long 90-minute discussions or 2-hour-long discussions with guests and stuff. There's only so much of me you can take, though.
Ain't that the truth?
So we're coming back for more. We get a little break from this. In our last episode, we laid the foundation of the disease concept. We talked a bit about choice, and we talked about how the disease does not excuse the behavior and the abuse and how it affects other people. While it can explain it, I don't believe that it excuses it.
Yes.
And so we talked about taking accountability, or the beginning of what that looks like. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get further into that today. And we're going to talk more today about how does someone in recovery support their partner? How do you work a model of collaborative recovery?
Okay.
Because let's face it, we both have to recover from this thing.
Yes. Addiction
didn't just affect me.
Nope.
It affected you big time.
Yep.
And you had your own recovery.
Mm-hmm.
We are told, I say us, like couples are told, whenever I was in treatment, they told you like, you need to go to Al-Anon, you need to get a sponsor and work the steps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to offend anyone that's worked the 12 steps, but I always thought it was like of Al-Anon. I always thought it was a little strange though, that they worked the exact same steps that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we're looking to create a spiritual experience that's going to solve my problem with drugs and alcohol, like I very much believe that I had a spiritual, like a God-shaped hole in my chest. And I tried to throw drugs, alcohol, money, stuff into it, but these things weren't God-shaped, so they didn't fit. Spirituality was huge for me and is still huge for me. It is the foundation of my life to this day. How does that apply to someone that's been beat around and called names, and like you're told that you have the problem as well, and you need to focus on you?
You're my addiction.
Man, like in a marriage, there is a degree of interdependence that exists.
Yes.
It is okay to some degree to rely on your partner.
Yeah.
Like, can we just say that?
Yeah.
Like, at what point did that become a bad thing?
Right.
Or like, I rely on you emotionally for some things, and you rely on me emotionally for some things.
Yeah.
But we're also independent people,
mm-hmm.
and we could go our own course if we had to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the way spouses get treated has always been sort of cruel. It's like, okay, first of all, you have a problem,
mm-hmm.
right? He's got a disease. You just have a problem.
Yeah.
You're just crazy. And then
you're controlling.
Part B, all that stuff that happened, forget about all that.
Yeah, it's not personal. It's okay.
Don't take it personal. Just forget about it.
Yeah.
Focus on you. Detach with love.
Yeah.
Do all these things and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Some people find a lot of peace in that. And I think that if you've got a good sponsor and you've got a really good Al-Anon group, you can find what you need. And essentially what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
But there are others don't get that same experience. I've heard from more that didn't get that same experience.
Yeah.
Where it's like, man, I just didn't feel validated in that place.
Right.
And it was weird. So we're going to talk a bit about how to support each other in recovery. But first, how an alcoholic, how an addict can support their spouse. So I start this by saying, like, I am not a saint. When I was freshly sober, I didn't know this stuff.
Nope.
I was not aware.
Right.
We bought into this whole disease model thing. And like, I looked at Paige and I was like,
not really.
Well, I mean, I kind of looked at you. I was like, well, no, I mean about the behaviors, the abuse that occurred.
Oh, okay.
Like, let's forget about that stuff.
Right.
And I was like,
okay.
I came out of treatment. I'm like, you good? Are we good? We're good, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
That's how it went.
Yeah.
I knew one day I would have to make amends to you for lying, for spending money we didn't have, for really that was basically it. For lying, taking money that we didn't have, for being dishonest about things. but I didn't even know what gaslighting was.
Right.
I didn't realize I was even doing that.
Right.
I was doing it, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize what invalidating someone's emotions was. I didn't know what that even looked like.
Yeah.
I had no clue what any of that stuff was. So you probably don't either, but just trust me that this stuff happened. If you're listening, this stuff took place. So I'm not a saint. Like I didn't realize how bad my actions had truly affected my wife. I knew on the surface level, like I had lied, I had gaslit you, well, not gaslit you, but I had broken trust and I betrayed your trust in me. I had taken money we didn't have. I'd done a lot of things they're bad, but moving forward early on, I think was really necessary. In some ways, like this is where you get a little angry with me about this, because I do concede the fact that early in addiction, people don't have the capacity emotionally, mentally to handle this kind of stuff right out of the gate.
Okay. But we couldn't handle your crap during your active addiction, but we had to take it anyway.
I know.
So that's why I get really frustrated with it. And you're able to go away for, a month to get your mind right, to start getting habits changed, to, get your brain rewired, while we're having to sit back and deal with reality. Like, where was our break? Where was our time to get our habits changed? We had to do it in reality. So I understand that early recovery is a very sensitive time, but I also think that it still invalidates, our experience as well.
It does. You're right. I'm not going to sit here and argue that at all.
And the
sucks.
first year I did sit back and I did not rock the boat. There were some times you said that I brought up the times to, like, I feel really alone right now. Can you please help me?
Yeah. And before we get to that piece of it, because that's our next section, spend just a bit more time with, in early recovery, like it is a selfish period of time. Addicts are told to focus on you and only you and everything about you, because in order for the relationship to even begin to repair itself, we have to begin to train ourselves on new behaviors and thought patterns and how to process emotions and deal with things. And so you have to learn that stuff before anything else even becomes an option. Like to this day, my recovery is the most important thing to me. Well, it's my spirituality, then my recovery, then my marriage, my family, work, everything else under it, because I know that without the first two, nothing's possible for me.
Right.
Nothing, none of the other stuff would be possible. That's how I've sort of wired myself. And I do agree with that. But in early recovery, I think that it is beneficial to focus on your sobriety, to work really hard at your sobriety, go to the meetings, go to therapy. And it's really tough as a spouse. Like, talk a little bit about what it's like having a 9-month-old at home, and I'm disappearing to IOP for 3 hours a night. I'm going to 90 meetings in 90 days.
It was more difficult than when you were in active addiction.
It was more difficult. And I've heard you say that before.
Yeah. It was more difficult because my world was turned upside down and I had to be a single parent still. And I had to take care of everything while you were focusing on you. I didn't get to focus on myself because, again, I had a 9-month-old and I couldn't ask you to help me because I had to hold down the fort still.
You guys get the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Right.
It sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It sucks. Not just yours, but yours in particular, your capacity for forgiveness is just insane, because I just think that you are so compassionate in your understanding. I think part of it's because you're highly sensitive, but I think you're just an incredibly compassionate person. And you just, man, I don't know if maybe it's a mama bear thing where it's like you can take so much and deal with so much pain before you snap.
It snapped though. Yeah.
It did finally, but you were so strong. And I think that's a common thread for a lot of spouses. Incredibly strong and incredibly willing to set aside their needs for a time. And in early recovery, for me anyway, I think that was necessary. As unfortunate as it is, because that was a zero-sum game where I was in recovery and a lot of our stuff had to get put on the back burner.
Yeah.
Until I was able to figure out how to deal with basic day-to-day stuff. Like, I couldn't go to work and see a traffic jam without losing my shit and wanting to use.
Yeah.
That's what early recovery is like. Like, they say whenever you get sober, you feel better. Like, they're right. Like, you feel anger better, you feel sadness better, you feel depression better. Every bit of it. You feel it for the first time, and you have to learn how to experience those emotions from the beginning all the way to the end. And when you do that, you learn a new trick. You learn how to adult a little bit.
Yes.
It was only after doing that for a little while was I sort of comfortable enough, like, okay, now we really need to get into the work. We really need to start to uncover some of this stuff. The 12 steps took me about 9 months to work. I think I did my amends with you about 6-7 months sober, something like that. I can't remember.
I have no idea. Man, I have blocked out so much of that time.
Dang. So we still got work to do.
I've told you this. I've blocked out. I had a baby. I had my world turned upside down. You were a closet addict. So it was different when these things happened. When you went to rehab, it was different. It wasn't like I, pushed you to go there or whatnot. I just thought I married an asshole because your behaviors were so bad. But I blocked out a lot of that time.
And we should make that point that our story did not include like years and years and years of visible struggle with addiction, invisible relapse, and like her begging me to go to treatment and get sober. We didn't have infidelity. I was never asked to move out. We didn't have any prolonged separations or anything like that. But we still had a massive pile of trauma to dig through.
Yes. So it was very toxic.
So just imagine, like, if you have those things, you're going to have probably an even bigger pile of trauma to dig through.
Yeah.
Like the length of time that this took place and the degree of the hurt is likely to be the degree to which you're going to have to put in really hard work to get through this stuff.
Right. And also this brings up a good point too. I had resentment towards you in your early recovery too. It wasn't just during active addiction. It was during when you were recovering and you put your entire recovery on the front burner and put everyone else on the back. And I had resentment towards that. That had a lot to do with me exploding too, or having my issues.
All valid, I believe. I mean, like, really, like, your spouse, your loved one goes to treatment. This is why I think this is where the disease model can be beneficial. As they're learning these neuroplastic tricks, it takes time. They have to dedicate some time and resources to.
So do I, though.
You absolutely do. You absolutely do.
That's another thing.
I'm not
that
saying
sucks.
you don't.
I know. It just sucks too because, like you said, we have to recover as well. And recovery for us is the same concept of neuroplasticity. We have to change our reactions and our habits and the way that we cope with certain things too, and our triggers and deal with that. We don't get to go away and do that. We don't get that time away from reality to do that. We still have to focus on our kids. We still have to have a marriage. We still have to go to work. We still have to pay bills. We still have to clean the house. We still have to do all of these things while we're doing this habit forming work. Yeah.
Yeah. Incredibly freaking difficult.
Right.
God, man. And we've heard from addicts that said that getting sober was easier than loving an addict.
Yes.
We've heard that more than once.
Yes.
Many, many times now that I think about it. I've heard that from a lot of people. There's something to that, like exactly what you just described.
Yeah.
How difficult that sounds, how impossible that sounds. Hell.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But guys like me get to go to treatment for 30 days, which are essentially like health spas. Like these nice places, not always nice, but a lot of them are nice, and you've got time.
You get away from reality.
You get away from reality. You get away from your old environment. You get away from your problems.
And I'm not saying it's easy. I know it's really freaking hard. Like, I'm not downplaying that. I just need others to see the other side of it as well, and how, there's an issue on both sides. But so that's the only reason. I just want you to know that I know that it's difficult for addicts to get through that too. So I'm not downplaying that.
Yeah. So like, although I acknowledge the need that, especially in early recovery has to come first. And to some degree, it still needs to come first, but you just need to learn how to balance it better. I acknowledge that, but we also need to acknowledge the fact that this person that we love, that has been there with us through thick and thin, also has a journey that they need to walk.
Yeah.
We that's what we do here at TUFO, and it's rare that we get addicts involved in the process, though. I'd be lying if I said this is a common thing we get to work with. I would love to get to work with more people on this. The sad fact is that many people don't get sober.
Yeah.
Or they don't stay sober long enough to get to this point.
Right.
Like the first 90 days of recovery are crucial. This is when a lot of physical changes are happening within the brain. Like you're starting to regulate stress and emotions and things like that with the substance remove about that 90-day mark. The first 6 months, though, extremely difficult. That first year is freaking hard.
Yeah.
Like I got a friend who's been sober, like, I don't know, 15 years. And he says like the first year sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it just sucks. That first year sucks.
Yeah.
It's really tough. But I remember my first year was still better than the time I spent out and about drinking and taking drugs.
Right.
Without a doubt. Like, but it's a different kind of hard.
Yeah.
But it's still hard.
Yep.
But yeah, we get to go to places and disappear for 30 days and focus on ourselves and, therapy, treatment, the whole works. We get to talk to psychologists about our problems, and we really, really focus on ourselves. And a lot of people come out of treatment with that same energy that like, it's all about me. It's all about me. It's all about me. I'm not saying don't work your program, but I am saying hold space for what you've done and what your spouse is going through right now.
Right.
Hold space for that. I don't even remember being asked to hold space. But I think when this becomes really beneficial, when we're at a point where we can really start to talk about what took place and you can share openly about how you felt when XYZ happened. Like, this is how I felt. I felt less than, I felt invalidated. I felt like you didn't care about my feelings and you lied to me and you just did it so easily. And that was so hurtful because I would never do that to you. Like, you need a space to say that kind of stuff. And addicts, alcoholics, we have to hold space for our partner's emotions. If you're going to stick this thing out, if you're going to have a successful marriage afterward, this has to take place at some point.
Yes.
It just does.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to do that, fine, don't be together then. But if you're going to be together and you're going to be happy together, I think that you have to do this.
Yeah.
You have to do this. And I also want to say that a lot of the issues that we have with our partners, I wouldn't say a lot, some of the issues we have with our partners have been caused by our behaviors. Like, are they neurotic? Why do you think that is? Are they depressed? Why could that be?
Yeah.
Do they get triggered easily? Why could that be? Like, this behavior in a relationship for decades or sometimes even just a few years can really have these negative effects on people. No one's talking about it though.
Right.
But they need time to focus on their recovery as well. And so for us, what this looked like was, I remember you having conversations with me and you've always done a good job at being firm but delicate, if that makes sense. Like, I remember you telling me, like, I'm just really stressed. Like, I got no time today to do anything. Like our daughter's 9 months old at the time, like woke up at super early, kept me up. I got a 1 hour nap. I had to breastfeed. Like, I'm tired. I'm worn out. I haven't showered in 3 days. Like, I don't have time for anything. I don't have time for anything. That was your way of telling me, you have got to give me some time here, dude. Yeah. So I started going to meetings during my lunch hour. I would either eat in my car at my desk, and I would go to a meeting at lunch, and working out also became a really important part of my recovery and like my self-care routine. I started doing that at like 4 or 5 in the morning before anyone was awake. So I was still putting it first. It just didn't affect you.
Right.
It didn't inconvenience you. I will just like you did, I will inconvenience myself in any way to get what I have to, these things that I have to do that doesn't have to affect your family necessarily.
Right.
I would urge people to consider what a routine like that would look like, because the fact is this, that your spouse, your partner would benefit mightily from therapy, from seeing somebody, from working with a mentor or coach, or maybe just listening to podcasts or going to the gym, taking time to themselves to take care of themselves. A quick break in the action to let you know about an exciting development in the Tufo universe. When we started this thing, we said we would never work with an advertiser or company unless it's something that we believed in and we already use.
If you're looking for professional, affordable mental health care, look no further than Taylor Counseling Group, your trusted source for accessible therapy in Texas. Taylor Counseling Group believes that everyone deserves premium mental health care, regardless of their income level. That's why they offer reliable and affordable services at 12 locations across Texas. They've made affordability a priority. They are in network with most major insurance, and the standard private rate is only $100 per session, significantly lower than many other practices offering the same high-quality therapy. They believe that getting the help you need shouldn't drain your wallet. Scheduling an appointment is quick and easy with their convenient online booking tool. No complicated processes or long wait times. They value your time and ensure that you can access the care you deserve without any hassle.
At Taylor Counseling Group, they believe in a personalized approach to therapy. The professionally trained counselors offer a diverse range of services, including individual counseling, couples counseling, family therapy, play therapy for children, and even specialized techniques like cognitive processing and existential psychotherapy. They're here to help you navigate life's challenges and develop a personalized treatment plan tailored to your unique goals. Taylor Counseling Group is your partner on the path to mental wellness. Experience professional, affordable care that puts you first. Visit their website, taylorcounselinggroup.com, or call them today to schedule an appointment and tell them Tufo Couple sent you. A link and phone number is going to be available in the show notes. And back to the action.
Yeah.
Like they are damaged in this deal too.
Yeah.
As addicts, alcoholics, especially those of us that are in recovery, we have to do these things.
Mm-hmm.
We owe it to you guys to do these things. And I think it's not just beneficial for you, it's also beneficial for me.
Yes.
It's also beneficial for me. And we'll get into a bit of that here in just a moment. I don't want to jump ahead too much, but bad habits die hard. And like we talked a little bit about how early recovery is so freaking tricky. And it's a time when things trigger you really, really quickly. Like everything feels super raw. It's hectic. It's really, really hectic. A lot of those behaviors are cemented in you, and they're going to be like that at home too. Like the interactions you have, like just because you got sober and you feel really good coming home after your 30-day health retreat doesn't mean that things are going to be great at home. Like your spouse has had to deal with all this crap while you were gone. Mm-hmm. There's resentment there, and it's understandable, right? It's fair that they feel this way. That is valid that they feel this way. At some point, they're human. They're going to snap. Yeah. Something is going to be said that's going to be hurtful to you. Mm-hmm. I just ask that people hold space for that. Don't snap back. Take a moment, breathe, let the world spin a couple times, and understand what they've been through that's causing this reaction. And understand that I was responsible for it. Mm-hmm. If I'm getting pissed at you, shouldn't I be pissed at myself in some ways? And it's like, I didn't feel shame either. It's like, I can't turn back the clock and do anything about it, but we can move forward from it.
Yep.
And it starts with just shutting up and listening.
Yep.
Like just shutting my mouth and just listening to you, letting you vent and letting you talk and saying, I understand. I understand why you feel that way. And I'm here for you. I totally get it. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that we're here, but I'm working on it right now.
Yeah.
I promise you it's going to get better. We'll get through this together. Mm-hmm. There will be days where you feel like you don't even want to be together. You'll go back and forth. Is this worth it? Is all this work ever going to be worth it? I can promise you it is. Mm-hmm. We're evidence of that. We're closer than we've ever been because we supported each other in a collaborative way. Yeah. You supported me in my recovery. I supported you in yours. And this is what I want alcoholics, addicts to understand is that your actions have been harmful and they've affected your partner in ways that you can't understand.
Right.
You just can't. Just because you can't understand them doesn't mean it's not real. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. And you're not excused of your actions just because you were addicted and you had a disease. It's okay to just say, I understand. Your feelings are valid. And what can I do to support you? Mm-hmm. When in doubt, just say those three things.
Yeah.
Just say that. Mm-hmm. You don't have to argue. Mm-mm. You don't have to say, but the doctor said I had a disease. You have to let this shit go at some point. Mm-hmm. You don't get to feel that way. Remember what the doctor said when we were in treatment?
Yeah.
It's not how it works, man. It's just not. Like, realistically, that's not how it works. That's la land.
Yeah.
Maybe that works in that time and place, in that moment, so people can understand what's really happening. But at some point, the rubber meets the road. You're back in life. You're back in a relationship. And that dog don't hunt. You cannot keep pushing that narrative. Just say, I understand. That's totally understandable. That's valid. What can I do to support you?
Yep.
Just that. Like,
yeah.
what if I'd have said that early on, what would your reaction have been?
Man, I would have been like, what?
Your jaw just would have dropped.
Yeah, my jaw would have dropped. Like, wait, did he really just say that? Because I was barely validated in our relationship for the first 10, 15 years. I was very sensitive and I was crazy and all that stuff. So my jaw would have dropped.
Yeah, but we can say any number of things to make our partners feel safe and not crazy as we claimed that they were for many, many years. You have no clue what it feels like to be validated. And I can't speak from personal experience here, but I've watched people get validated for the first time when they listen or watch our content. Mm-hmm. And they will say, I'm in tears right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, someone's finally saying it, that it's okay that I felt that way.
Yeah.
That my feelings were valid, that I wasn't wrong in that. Mm-hmm. Imagine being told that your feelings were wrong all the time. Yeah. And what does that do to you?
It makes your self-esteem go so low that you question everything that you do.
Yeah. So in this process, you, the addict, alcoholic, the person in recovery, are going to take some proverbial punches. Like, please, no one throw actual punches here. We do not condone violence here at Tufo. We do not, by any means, regardless of what people say about our reactive abuse episode. All that does is just disregard all that. But anyway, you are going to take some proverbial punches. But hey, listen, part of it. It's part of the game, man. That's part of accountability. That's part of life. Sometimes you got to own some really hard things, and it's okay. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. They could even say you're a bad person, but I'm telling you that you're not. You've done some bad things. You're not a bad person.
Yeah. And we have a lot of compassion for y'all.
Yeah, they do.
And whenever you really own it, it's like, wow, your relationship will go to the next level.
Yeah, man. And we hurt those that we love the most, and hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
Hurtful things will be said while you're in recovery. They'll be said about the things that you've done. Just want you to take a moment and understand where this is coming from, and know that a lot of this stuff is coming from a place of just reaction. This is just them it's coming from their stomach and their guts, and they just feel like they have to say these things because they've been hurt, right? They're just saying them. Yeah. It's okay. Pick up the phone, call someone in recovery, talk to them about it. It's okay. Just sit there. Just let the world spin a couple times. The process of recovery is painful. Like, doesn't get said enough. It's really painful. It's not easy, or everyone would do it. Yeah. Like, recovery is not, and if everyone who needed recovery actually sought recovery, like, you wouldn't, there would be, every group in the world would be full. It would be packed all the way from the front of the room to the back. Yeah. It's for people that want it, not for just those that need it. A lot of people don't go through this because it's really tough. It's really tough. So don't get it twisted for any minute. Like, we might seem happy-go-lucky now, but it wasn't always this way, especially early on. It was really, really difficult. It's like I said, the process of recovery is just, it's not neat and tidy. It takes a lot of time. And when I made amends with you, they were very surface level. Like, we talked about that. I didn't quite understand these things, but maybe you do it in a therapy office. Maybe you do it with a third party. Maybe you just do these things gently. You understand how to talk to each other, but have these conversations. It's okay to have these conversations. Yeah. Maybe you don't have them day one after treatment, but after some time has passed and things are sort of returning to normal, but you feel like this still hasn't been addressed, it's time to bring it up. Yes. It's time to talk about this. We've actually got some guides available about how to have these types of conversations. Exactly. I feel statements, which are really important. They reduce shame. They help you own your part in your feelings, why you feel the way you feel. And it's really, really, really helpful. But I believe that the sooner we hold ourselves accountable for our actions, the sooner that we hold space for our partners, the sooner that we can begin to really repair the marriage, the relationship, whatever it might be, which is incredibly difficult. A lot of people just don't want to put forth the effort. And if you're a spouse and you've been through that, it doesn't mean that you're not worth it. It doesn't mean that you're not worth being validated. If they won't validate you, we will. We will love you until you can love yourself. Yes. You don't necessarily need someone like it. Yeah, you need to be validated, but by them, not necessarily. It's still valid, even if they're not man or woman enough to say it. Yeah. It's all the same. It's all the same. But I think that you've been one of my greatest advocates. You've been one of my greatest supporters in my recovery. And I hope that I've been that for you in more recent years when you started this journey. Absolutely. Early on, I wish I'd have been there. Like, if I could turn back the clock and do one thing, I would have addressed this stuff much, much sooner. It all happened in the perfect timing. You know, they say that everything needed to happen exactly the way it happened for you to get where you are today. Yes. And I believe that, and I can look at that and give it a nod. Okay. I can get with that, but it is something that I wish I would have known. I wish that I'd come across an episode like this, a conversation like this, where I could have done that, because I know it would have sped up your healing journey substantially. Probably. Because like we said, when you're going through this stuff and you're not discussing it, when spouses aren't being validated, that trauma goes on a credit card where it just racks up interest, and that debt's got to get paid one day. Yeah. It has to. So we just prolonged it further and further and further and further, where you're thinking, I'm crazy. Something's wrong with me. I'm not allowed to feel this way, but I still feel this way. Yeah. What's wrong with me? Let's just talk about it. Let's just get it out there. But you have to learn as an addict, the alcoholic, the substance abuser, to hold space for these emotions. Just hold space, man. No one's asking you to fix it. They're not even saying, like, they can even say, like, you did this, 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 and this. You might hear that and think, well, they want me to change it somehow. No, they're just saying this is how they felt. Yep. That's it. Yeah. just non-judgmentally, just accept that that's how they feel. And then sit with that, understand that you're not a terrible person, that you've done some terrible things, and we can make these things right. Like I believe in like, I believe that we can have better tomorrows. I believe in a better tomorrow. I have hope. If not, what's the point of any of this? I won't be able to completely right every wrong I've ever done, but I'll get as freaking close as I possibly can. And I will make the next 30 years of our life much more memorable for the right reasons than the previous 30 were. That I know. I will absolutely do that. I can't fix everything, but I will make these things right over time. And it starts with accountability. Yep. It's fair to say, and I would like, remember these words, repeat these words. If you're a substance abuser and you've got a partner who loves you dearly, they sent you this episode, just to say that I understand that I cannot fully understand what it was like to be with me when I was using, and for everything that you've endured and everything that you've been through and what your experience was like. But I want to understand, and I stand by you, and I will make space for your emotions, your pain, and your feelings, even when it's tough for me. Because it is tough. It gets really hard sometimes. Like even reading that, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, God, man, I was the cause of a lot of this stuff, and I can't fix it. And we both know that. And just because you're hurt by it doesn't mean that you're asking me to fix it. It's just like, these things happen, dude. And I've got my own journey now. And if I don't take accountability for these things, you're never really validated. Like, it's tough to close the door. You can close the door, but it's tougher. If you're in a marriage, why wouldn't you want to support your partner? Right. If you're in a relationship, why wouldn't you want to support them? And like I said, like the capacity for people that are in love to forgive is just incredible. And it blows me away. But you got to be accountable first. Just forgiving isn't quite the same. Like people have been trying that for years, and the result is often that they end up finding us 30 years after this all occurred, and they're like, oh my God, this is what I've been looking for forever. You've got to be accountable for this stuff. Just because it took place from a diseased mind in addiction doesn't mean that other people don't feel it. It doesn't mean that it wasn't real. Just because a definition says it's disease it's not like cancer, man. You can't play that card. You got to stop with that. So there's a benefit to this. And the benefit for you taking accountability and validating your spouse is that in some ways you've given them permission to begin to walk that journey of recovery. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, for sure.
And to acknowledge some of these things and start to really, okay, this is what happened. And work past them and stop thinking that you're the reason for every single negative thought that goes through your head. And that there was a cause to some of this stuff. Trauma occurred and these things happen. Like we can look at trauma in any other aspect of life and say, well, he used drugs because of trauma. But we can't look at you and say that all these things that you have, these mental issues, are because of trauma. Because it took place in addiction. So that doesn't count. Wipe that clean. You got problems, go to Al-Anon. That's what we tell people. It's just not right. But spouses begin to understand the depth of the harm that was caused, and they know what they have to work on now. Like everyone knows they come to a relationship with some of their own baggage. Some of it we pick up along the way. We collect, and I was dissing it out like crazy, left and right. I'm dissing this stuff out. But once you've identified it, you can really start to work on this stuff in therapy with a mentor, with the coach, reading on your own, through self-discovery, however you want to do that. But then they become empowered to handle situations that you used to avoid, and you process emotions that you used to hide, and you grow stronger in your own skin. So you start to focus on the importance of your own mental health and your own self-care, and you start to walk your own recovery journey. Most of the time, this is a journey we walk independent of the spouse who's using, because they choose not to get sober. So it can be done without them, but I'm telling you, it's easier with them. For sure it is. Sorry, I get some water here. And I think it really helps you understand your role in an addicted relationship and like truly understand what it means for the things that you can and can't control. When you let someone begin to walk that journey of empowerment, you are going to see a new person come out the other side of it, a much stronger person. And in some ways, to someone who's not really cemented in their recovery or not very secure, it can be intimidating, because you're going to see someone that you know would be okay without you if they had to be. If they had to be. And that's, for some people, it's like, ooh, hang on.
Yep. Time out.
You've opened Pandora's box, right?
Right.
Like, education's a powerful thing, man.
Yes, it is.
It really is. But that's what we do here. Like, our mission is to validate, educate, empower, and help spouses on their recovery journeys. And we're going to do it with or without your help.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Yeah.
So you might as well be there for it.
Right.
It's not a threat. It's just what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just a fact.
It's part of it.
That's just going to happen. So it's much better to be there along the process and watch that growth. And in many ways, it taught me so much about my own mental health. And it taught me about mental health in general, because you were dealing with things that I hadn't dealt with. And it created empathy and compassion in me where I didn't have it before, because I'm watching you go through it. I'm like, oh my God, like, this is a real issue. This exists.
Yeah.
This is a thing. Oh my God. Like, we're talking about mental health now in our relationship. We're talking about the importance of it. It's not just my recovery anymore. It gets much bigger. It's our recovery. And we listen to each other. We validate each other. We talk about issues. Like, those are conversations we have now. And when you're having these types of conversations on a regular basis, you're only going to get stronger.
Yep.
Both of you and the relationship. So it's so beneficial. And then for me personally, from the addict alcoholic's perspective, I think that, like, this isn't a zero-sum game. This is a win-win game. My recovery did not get any weaker because I validated you.
Yeah.
My recovery didn't get any weaker because I took accountability. I didn't get triggered to go use drugs and alcohol because I felt shame from validating you or empowering you or any of those things. It strengthened my recovery.
Wow.
I got stronger when I did those things. I was pulling up boards on the floor and looking in the basement underneath the crawl spaces and stuff that no one ever looks at. I'm talking about abuse that occurred. Like, I'm looking at myself now, like, I'm not just an addict, like, I'm an abusive person. Then I start to research what is really abuse. What are abusive behaviors? And I'm seeing myself pop up all over the page.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, I got more work to do. Okay, it's bad that I'm abusive, right? But it's good that we've acknowledged it, and then we can start to do the work it takes to move past this, to learn how to change those behaviors, just like I did using drugs and alcohol.
Yes.
And my recovery has been rocketed into another dimension because of this process. Like, it's really strengthened my recovery. It didn't affect my spirituality. Things just got better. So why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah. Why
wouldn't you do it as an alcoholic or an addict or someone in recovery? However you want to identify yourself, whatever your vice might be, whatever your substance, it's helpful. It's really, really helpful. I gained a true understanding of how my actions, not just in my marriage, but in general, can affect other people.
Yeah.
Like, I really started to understand that. Like, at my core, I'm selfish, and I know that about myself, and I have to be reminded of that from time to time. And I'm reminded that now every time I do something, I say something, I'm now thinking about, okay, how did that person perceive what I just said? Was I wrong there? Do I owe an amends? Like, I'm really thinking harder about this stuff. And I was good before, but now I'm great.
Yeah.
So it's gotten better.
Yeah.
It's only improved things. And so we've basically just introduced a new model for recovery in relationships. It's a collaborative model where you're both working recovery separately together, if that makes sense. And just to understand, like, your partner's not your enemy. Like, this person that has been telling you to stop drinking is not your enemy.
Nope.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. They have identified something within you that you can't even see in yourself. My wife has never steered me wrong. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. And you've always been right about me. About me.
You had to add that.
Now, our curtains, I'm not so sure about, but me, for sure. You were right. You were right all along. You saw these things inside of me. You knew me better than I knew myself. And you were right. I became everything that you thought I could ever become and more. And I don't know if I would have done it without that hope that I could be that person. It's like, if you're telling me I can be a great father, a great husband, a leader, I can be someone that helps other people, I can make an impact in this world. Like, when I was using drugs and alcohol every day, I looked at that and I'm like, she's freaking crazy. Woman's delusional, man. don't know I couldn't see it myself. My self-esteem was so low, but you were right. And you helped me see that. Like, spouses can be your greatest asset in recovery when you validate them, when you take accountability, and when you start to acknowledge the harm's done and you begin to work a collaborative recovery with each other. Start to have conversations about mental health, about challenges, about wins. All these things need to be shared.
Yeah.
I mean, couples therapy is an amazing tool.
Yep.
We made huge progress in couples therapy. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's as effective as you'll let it be, though.
Yeah.
If you go in there wanting to argue and who's right and who's wrong, just drop the rope.
Yeah.
Can we just drop the rope for a second?
Yeah.
Stop playing tug of war and drop the rope. And let's come together and figure out how we move forward from this.
Yeah.
And the sad part of this is that not everyone's going to hear this message and go, you know what? Those two goons are right. I'm going to do exactly what they said. Some people are just going to keep doing what they're doing.
Yep.
They're going to keep running that course. And like I said before, like, we are here for your spouse, your partner. Like, I am not here to show you how to get sober. I'm not. That's not why we do this. They're going to figure it out one way or another. And I hope you're around to see how amazing they're going to become, because they will.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out with them. Man, I hope you're around.
Yeah.
I hope you're around. And it's not just that they deserve it. You deserve it too.
Yep.
Your kids deserve it. Everyone around you deserves it. You deserve it more so than anything. But when we give 100% of our attention to this thing and we really start to work it, great things can happen. When we start to discuss our struggles openly and we let our partner know where we're at any given time, you start to understand each other more intimately.
Yes.
Like, intimacy, if I'm speaking to men, like, hello, is this thing on? Intimacy is not just sex, you jackwagon. It's not how that works.
No.
Sex is a byproduct of intimacy, and intimacy is having open, vulnerable communication that builds trust, and intimacy is the result of that. And sex is just a byproduct of those things.
Boom.
Like, you build a real intimacy in your marriage and in your relationship. Like, it's not just about the touchy-feely stuff.
Right.
Like, chill with that, bro.
Yeah.
Chill with that. Drives me nuts when I run into those dudes. But start to support your spouse in their own recovery. That's what the episode is really about. That's what we're about. There's plenty of support out there for you. There's a whole industry. They've got nothing.
Yeah.
They've got us, though. And I will make this huge. Paige will be the advocate that makes this blow up. This thing's going to go crazy. We will make it big, but it's not there yet. They need help.
Yeah.
Spouses, partners need help. And I would also say, like, a word for early recovery. Early on, just do the opposite of what you think you should do, and you're probably in the right space.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, your best thinking got you here. Just do the opposite.
Yeah.
Like, I used that trick for a while. It was, when in doubt, don't.
Yes.
Don't. Do the hard thing, and it's likely the right thing.
Exactly.
Like, I think that was some really good advice I got. But, like, being a good husband is not, or a wife, if you're a woman's substance abuser, is not all that hard. It's really not. But it's tough when we've been living selfishly for so incredibly long. And I would once again reiterate, it's supposed to be hard. It's okay that it's hard. It's okay. If it feels hard, you're in the right place. If it's difficult, that means you're challenging yourself, and there will be change as a result of that. And the mistakes of the past do not disappear overnight. Like, they don't. This stuff takes time. Like, this is a process. When we say process, we don't mean this takes 3 sessions with the therapist. This takes years.
Yeah.
Years, guys. Years. Be willing to stick with this for years if you're going to do it. You will see massive benefits.
Yep.
If you really stick with it, you'll see massive benefits in 90 days.
Yeah.
It will feel like night and day. You stick with it for a year, you'll be like, that's night and day different. Keep going, though. Keep going, and it keeps getting better. I have not found an end to this yet. We haven't anyway.
Right.
And the stuff that happened back then, like, doesn't necessarily define us anymore. In some ways it does, because we do this, and I think this is how people know us. But our relationship is built on so much more now.
Oh, yeah.
The trust that exists now between us is unreal.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's stronger than it ever was before.
Yep.
Ever. So our marriages and relationships don't have to be defined by this abuse and this behavior that was never healed. But in order to move forward, we have to take accountability for this stuff and return the power of allowing feelings back to our partners. They have work to do as well. No one's going to argue that. Sure. Okay. Yes. But we're responsible for our part in that. We are.
Yeah.
We've put them in a position where some of this stuff is a direct result of our behaviors. Disease or not, doesn't matter.
Right.
Supporting your spouse is so incredibly important. And if you had someone that sent this to you, you're lucky. You're lucky that they're still around. You're lucky that they care enough to even mention it. And you're lucky that you're still here to hear it.
Yeah.
Like, remember, recovery is a choice. I hope that you choose recovery today. I really do. You're incredibly lucky to have this loving person in your life. And for me anyway, the greatest thing I ever did for my marriage was to own my part in our predicament and start to take part in your mental health journey and your recovery the same way that you did in mine. Because spouses give so much so that we can get sober.
Yeah.
So much that there's nothing left for them. Let's turn around and reciprocate.
Yeah.
Especially if you've been in recovery for a while, it is so crucial to reciprocate. Help them along their way. If you're new in it, you can work it together. But I think that's all we've got here.
Yeah.
That's my message to people. This is about validation, empowerment, and acknowledging that our abuse occurred, and we don't get to just dismiss it because it took place within a disease model written by a scientist somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not what you think.
Yeah.
It's not cancer. Not cancer. Okay. I'm losing Paige because it is, what time is it?
12:15
Oh my
a.m.
gosh. This is like, I don't know, 5 hours past your bedtime. So it's about time for us to go. Thank you so much for joining us in this 2-part journey. If you're not already in our Facebook community, please check it out. Click our social media links. You can find it there. You will find all the links for all the stuff, but the community is in there. We have calls. I would love to see couples that are working this collaborative recovery model in there. Would love to see that. I would love to see you guys at some of the workshops that we host in the future and some of the online courses that we're going to host as well. So looking forward to seeing you guys and being part of your recovery journeys moving forward. And tell you this, we're not going anywhere. And recovery is a lifelong journey. So let's be friends.
Yay!
For life. All right. Until next time, I am Matt.
I'm Paige.
And we'll see you.
Bye.